I welcome you all to our service this Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, the 24th day of June 2020. And this is the day that we are still pushing on with the troubles that we have caused by this pandemic, the COVID-19. And I have been giving these reflections every Wednesday. And today I want to talk about setting the pace. Because after this, we are going to set the pace of our lives. We're going to set the pace in our businesses. Because it has come a time, everything has gone in the long way. But I know that God will surely help us to set pace when it's supposed to be set during this COVID-19. And my reading is from the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2. And this is the verse that I like so much when Paul was giving instructions to Timothy. And he is giving some orders that Timothy has to have so that he can be or he can win the battle. And surely Timothy was a pace setter to us. He set a good pace for us. And this is why we say that we would like to imitate him in everything that Timothy did. And as he was getting instructions, he is told in verse 3, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, Paul was telling Timothy that endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. And Christ's soldier, do not let yourself become tied up with the affairs of this life. For you cannot satisfy the one who has enlisted you in his army. Endure hardship as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Paul is telling Timothy that he should be a soldier. And even this time, we have the problems of COVID-19. We have all the difficulties of COVID-19. But when I try to imagine what Paul was telling Timothy at such a time, he is telling him, endure. So it is for us to endure what is happening in our lives, what is happening in the world, what is happening in our businesses. Because God is going to give us answers to some of these problems. So when we defeat some of the things, soldiers go through a lot of difficulties. And these are the difficulties that we are going through. And what is God telling us this morning? Endure those hardships as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. So we have to endure those hardships as good soldiers of Jesus Christ. Paul is telling Timothy in verse 5. This is another model that Paul is telling Timothy to be. He's telling him, follow the Lord's rules for doing his work, just as an athlete either follows the rules or is disqualified and wins no prize. Paul is telling Timothy the second model that he should be an athlete. We are running a race. Even at this time of COVID-19, we are running a race. And this is a race of life. A race that at the final analysis, we will win or lose the race. Are you there to lose or are you there to win? This is a battle. This is a running race. And our minister, Mutahi Kagwe, told us that COVID-19 is not an event, but it's a continuous thing. So it's a continuous thing. And as an athlete, we are running this race. And it's a very big race. It's not just a skip. 100 meters. It is a big race. And all of us must endure as an athlete. To get a cup, to get a victory, to get a trophy, we must learn the race. We must learn this race. We must endure this race. All of us must work together. All of us must be together. We are going together. We are going together. We encourage each other. When I see people going in a race, wakati ambapo wanakimbia michezo, Kuna watu ambao wanakuanga kando kando, wanawaambia shangilia, endeleeni, wanashangilia. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. This is what happening to us. Let us encourage others who are running this race as we are running together. In verse 6, Paul is telling us, hard-working farmers are the first to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Think about what I'm saying. The Lord will give you understanding in all these things. Paul is telling Timothy that a hard-working farmer gets the fruits. We are farmers. We are like farmers. And this is a model Paul is telling us to be like a farmer. A farmer knows what he's supposed to do when. And this is what COVID-19 is telling us. And all of us must learn what to do when. What to do at what particular time. And how to do them. It has taught us so many things. And as farmers, the seeds that a farmer plants determines what kind of a harvest he's going to get. And this is all what is happening to us. When we plant bad seeds this time, seeds of hatred, seeds of just saying why this happened, why all this is happening, we are not planting good seeds. I'm asking us, what kind of seeds are we planting at this time? We have just started seeing those that are planting bad seeds, our children. We are told that so many children this time are getting pregnant. And I know there are so many bad things that are happening to us and to our children at this time. It's a difficult time. But we must be farmers. It's for us to ask ourselves, what am I planting? What will I reap after COVID-19? What will I reap after this corona thing? Verse 15. Paul is telling us, in verse 15, work hard to God. Work hard so that God can approve you to be a worker, to be a good worker, one who cannot need anything to be ashamed of, and who correctly explains the word of the truth. Avoid godless foolishness discussions that lead to more and more ungodliness. Work hard to approve yourself as a worker. Paul is telling Timothy to be a worker. To be just a worker. A good worker. Mimi nilikuwa nafikiria mambo ya wale watu walibuild kanisa kama hii kubwa. Mtu ambaye alikuwa pale chipa anatengeneza mahali hapo. What kind of a danger he was involving himself in, or herself in, for that matter. A hard-working farmer, a good workman, anafanya kazi ambazo sio za maana sana. We have to humble ourselves and work for God. And do the work of God at this particular time. Take risk and work for God. And this is what I'm saying. There are people who take a lot of risk in doing things. And this is what God is telling us. This time of COVID-19, you have to go an extra mile to bless her. You have to go an extra mile in preaching. And this is why we are using the things that we are using this time. WhatsApp, Facebook, and all others. We are going an extra mile. Because we have to be good workers who are working for God, who are working for our homes. This is a time to go an extra mile and help your brother and help your sister who is affected by this COVID-19. By providing food, by providing all what is needed. Be a good worker. In verse 20, Paul is telling Timothy, verse 20, in a way of the home, some utensils are made of gold and silver, and some are made of wood and clay. The expensive utensils are used for special occasions, and the cheap ones are for everyday use. Yeah, this is what happens. Even in our homes, there are things, kuna vyombo ambazo ni za huko jikoni huko. Na hizo hata mtu anaziondoa anga na mguu, ziondoke kwa njia. But there are those ambazo zinawekwa pale kwa sitting room hapo. Those are for special people. And they are there. Every home has that. And this is what Paul is telling Timothy. But be a good vessel, a vessel of honor, a vessel that can be used by God for the good purpose. What kind of a vessel are you? What kind of a utensil are you in a home? Are you there to please God? Or you are just there watu wanakuona tu hivi hivi? It's for you to be a person who is a good vessel to be used by God. In verse 24, Paul is telling Timothy that the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kind and be kind to everyone. They must be able to teach effectively and be patient with the difficult people. A servant. Paul is telling Timothy to be like a servant. A servant works for no pay. A servant works hard. A servant pleases his boss. And we have a boss. Our boss is God himself. And we are supposed to work as servants of God so that we can please God. As you get ready to set the pace after this COVID-19, and I was asking myself after this COVID-19, will I come out better or will I come out bitter? Will I come out better or will I come out bitter? It's for us to know and work on ourselves so that we can come out of this season better people, but not bitter people. Which pace are you setting? Which is your destiny? Which is your destiny? Where are you going? Be ready to fight this fight. Because this is a fight we are fighting, the fight of COVID-19. Be ready to fight. And be ready to win. Because we have a God who won. So come out of your senses. Come to your senses as the prodigal son. And know that this is a thing that is here with us. This is a thing that we have to move on because we must move on. The prodigal son, after seeing all what his life is, he came to his senses. And we have to come to our senses and know that there is a life to live after COVID-19. Which kind of a pace are you setting? What kind of a pace are you setting? Or in your businesses, in your places of work, what kind of a pace are you setting at this time? Go beyond your understanding. Be free from anxiety. Be ready to go through the valley of the shadow of death. God tells us, when you go through the valley of the shadow of death, when, not if. God used the word when. Because we must go through valleys. We must go through valleys of death. Through these shadows of death. When, not if. These are things that we should ensure. So, in this time, let us allow the presence of God to walk with us. Let us avoid all those things that are destroying our relationship with God so that God can bless us. God bless you and have a blessed Wednesday. God bless you. Let us pray. Our Father and our lasting Father, we want to thank you for this wonderful time. God, you have been so faithful to us. And I want to commit all your people to you so that, God, you can bless them this Wednesday. We are approaching the end of the month. And, God, some of them are going to have bills to pay. May you provide to them. Mighty God, may you stand with them. You fight for them. There are those that are sick. Mighty God, may you heal them. There are those that need your presence. May you bless them. Bless your church. Bless your people. And stand with all of us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. God bless you and have a blessed Wednesday. Asante and Son. Thank you.